Hola chicos. Today I'm going to do another tutorial, and this one will be on reviewing your progress reports that you receive every week. Okay, so at first these can be a little bit goofy, but once you realize what each column represents, then that might clear up some of your questions, okay? So first of all, you'll have any comments from me will be up here. I'll usually include how many assignments you've completed out of how many assignments you should have completed. So for example, if you're supposed to have 10 assignments done by this Friday, then I would say, oh, you've completed 9 out of 10 or 6 out of 10 or 2 out of 10 or however many you have or haven't done, okay? Then I'll also include what your current percentage is, which you can also check in My Grades. And then here's where you can look at the details of the assignments. Now, when you look at this progress report at the beginning of the semester, it's kind of like, whoa, why are there all these assignments listed? I just got in this class. And that can be overwhelming. But it's important to realize that this is more of like a roadmap, and it shows us where we're going and where we're at along the way. Okay, so think of this as your little SVL GPS. Okay, it's telling you where you're at and where you need to be. Okay, so here we go. In this column, you're looking at the title of the assignment. This is the name of the assignment you were supposed to complete, turn in, or if it was an evaluation like a test or a quiz, the one that you should have done there. Okay. Here you'll see feedback. These are any comments from me to you. Some things are auto-graded. Most everything is not. So if I grade it, you will have feedback from me, okay? Over here, you'll see how many points you received. Now, anything that you have not turned in yet will automatically have a 0. So that's important to know. It's not that you got a 0 on it. It just means you haven't done it yet. This tells you how many points it's worth, how many points are possible, and this tells you when you turned it in. So let's compare the first one to the second one. We've got our title. The first one has no feedback. Well, the first thing to look at is here. If you have those 2 slashes, that means you have not turned the assignment in. It doesn't mean you've turned it in and I haven't graded it yet. It means you have not turned it in at all. So if you are getting these 2, that means you need to do it. As you look down your progress report, it's important to keep in mind that you should be completing the assignments in order. Unless something's goofy, like accidentally one of our assignments is out of order, or perhaps your Rosetta Stone work, you might complete that at the beginning of the week instead of later in the week. That's the only thing that should be out of order, okay? Everything else should go boom, 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 okay? That's how you should be working through the course, so I can't stress that enough. After that, you'll see this assignment, this is my sample progress report, was turned in on the 13th of September. They received 3 out of 4 points, okay? And then this was any feedback that they would have gotten. This assignment down here is one that this sample student actually did turn in, because that's what shows the due date, or the date that it was turned in. And this shows that it needs grading. So we don't know how many points the person has got because the teacher, in this case myself, hasn't graded it yet. So if you think you turned an assignment in and you have these 2 marks, that means that you need to go back and look again. Maybe you saved it as a draft instead of turning it in, because that can happen sometimes. So just keep your eyes out for that, okay? It's a big red flag if you're skipping around and doing assignments out of order, so make sure you're completing it that way. Finally, any assignment that you get less than a 3 out of 4 on, or a 75%, you should be resubmitting, listening to my feedback, and resubmitting for a higher grade, okay? In my other video on how to submit assignments and check your grades, I show you how to log into Blackboard and view feedback. In this, you can wait till Friday and just look at it all together and then submit it again if that's easier for you. So maybe you want to print this out so you can see what changes you need to make on whatever assignment. If the feedback says see comments on the document, you need to log into Blackboard and look at the comments, and that's addressed in my other video, okay? So this is your progress report. You would scroll down and see all the things that have been done or not done, okay? When you get to the bottom, you will notice your points so far. So this sample has 6 points out of total points possible. That means for the entire semester, that's how many points might be possible. As some things get ironed out and things get fixed, this point total might change. So you want to pay attention to that every week, okay? This will tell you how many you have completed. This is telling me how many are listed. So it doesn't mean you should have completed 60 assignments. It means there are 60 so far in the gradebook this semester, for the whole semester. And so again, this is why I mean by it's a roadmap. This is where you need to be, and this is where you are. So your GPS is taking you there, okay? This tells you how many you have completed. This is 7% of assignments. That does not mean that you got 7% of the points. You might have gotten 100% of the points so far, or you might have 2% of the points. This just tells me what percentage of the assignments have been completed. If you want to know your percentage overall in the class, you can divide this number by this number and get so far in the semester. Basically, if you stopped working right then, what would your grade be? Or you can log into My Grades, and there's a column that says current percentage. That's a really good spot to see as well. Finally, if you're logging in and you say, hey, why did she send me this progress report and she didn't grade this assignment? Well, remember, progress reports come out every single Friday afternoon. So any assignment that I do not have turned in by Thursday at 12 o'clock, I can't guarantee that it gets graded before the progress report. Okay, that's my cutoff date. So if you turn the assignment in on Friday morning, I may or may not be able to grade it for your progress report. So that means if you really need your progress report to be as accurate as possible to show the work that you really have done, for example, maybe you need your parents off your back about your grades. It happens, right? Then what you need to do is make sure you have your work to me before 12 o'clock on Thursday, okay? So 12 o'clock on Thursday, I'm going to start working and getting through the grading and all that, okay? I grade throughout the week, but that's my cutoff to ensure that it is on the progress report, okay? If you have any other questions about that, feel free to let me know. Other than that, I'll see you next time, okay? Bye.